How do we all feel about frugal living these days? I personally love it. And in this video, I'd like to share several things about frugal living that I particularly love, and I hope that these benefit and encourage you as well. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I share tips and tools for frugal living. If you enjoy videos about frugal living, would you give this video a like, consider subscribing if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so you get notified first of new videos. Now let's talk about what I really like about frugal living. Number one, frugal living helps me to be honest with myself. This is something I learned from my late father, who used to say quite calmly, just be honest. He was talking about all kinds of things in life. Just be honest about what you're facing. Just be honest about what you're dealing with. And when I am honest with myself about where I am with my finances, about where I am with my impulse control, about where I am with all kinds of things in my life, then I can be more frugal, and I really love it. It helps me to calm down when I can just honestly acknowledge who I am, where I am, and what's going on with me in the world. Then I just know what I'm dealing with. And that helps me to make frugal decisions that benefit me right now, in the medium term, and in the long term. So, thanks, Dad. The second thing I love about frugal living is that just committing myself to frugal living has given me the motivation to go and seek out really specific tools that I can use that help me to become more frugal. Now, some of these involve things like learning new recipes, learning new ways to cook, learning new ways to store food, practical things that I can do so that I am taking care of myself food-wise. Another one that I always really love is learning how to budget, which is something that I struggled with until I was in my 50s. Some of you came out of the womb, I know, ready to budget, but I was not that girl. I struggled mightily to budget until I started this channel. So it's been about 6 years I've been budgeting. Mid-50s, I started budgeting. So I really appreciate the commitment that frugal living gave me to improving my financial knowledge, my financial possibilities. All kinds of financial things improved for me when I got access to tools that helped me with my finances. I specifically use a budgeting program called You Need a Budget, which I love and will hang on to forever because it works really well for me. Tell me down below in the comments, what tools do you use in your life to help you be more frugal? I'm really curious, and I'm always looking for more ideas. The third thing that I really love about frugal living is that it keeps me practical. I often tend to get focused on, stuff that's in my imagination, things that I worry about, things that I dream about. And frugal living helps focus on, where are you right now, Amy? What are you doing? When was the last time you ate? Have a drink of water. Just immediate moment kinds of things, because it's a mindset of intentionality. And so thinking about frugal living helps me to think about my whole life in a practical way. So for example, I dearly want to do more travel. However, I am going to have to save for it if I am thinking practically. I could put it on a credit card and just go. No, bad idea. Thinking frugally means thinking practically and means planning ahead. And I am planning several years ahead, almost a decade ahead, for some trips that I want to take, so that I can save with calm, with practicality, with intention, so that when I get there, it's relaxing, it's enjoyable. It's not that I'm worried about how I'm going to pay for it when I get back. That level of practicality then spills out into other areas of my life where I know that I have enough, and I know that I don't have to go out and buy things just because I'm feeling anxious. I can do something else to deal with that anxiety. I struggle with anxiety about money a lot, and being practical about frugal living helps me to address that anxiety in ways that are very concrete and helps me to look now and into the future practically. Number 4, I love that frugal living takes time. I love that it takes mental energy. I love that it takes my focus. I love that it asks so much of me. When I started my frugal living journey, that was not true. I had no time for frugal living. I had no time for thinking about my money. I was doing everything else, and my life was just a whack-a-mole game. And this is recent enough that I can still remember it. As I say, I was not one of those people who was born ready to save money. I just wasn't. I've had to learn it, and learn it the hard way. And so now, when I think about how frugal living takes a lot of time, I realize that the time that it takes is time that I am devoting to me. It's time that I am devoting to my family. It's time that I'm devoting to my loved ones. It's time that I'm devoting to you. One of the reasons I came back to this channel is because I missed so much having a frugal living community, and that takes time. It takes time to prepare my own coffee. It takes time to cook my own food. It takes time to clean my own house. It takes time to do my own exercising. These are very simple daily things that I neglected for years and years and years. And taking that time is such a gift. If you're struggling like I was for many, many, many years to focus on frugal living, and I remember feeling like this is just too time consuming. I have things I have to do. I have to get here, I have to get there, I have to do this, I have to do that. Yeah, I understand. Completely understand. So if you're just getting started like I was several years ago, think about one thing that you can take a little more time for. I think my very first thing wasn't budgeting. It was learning how to meal plan. And I set up a calendar and I would put it up on the refrigerator of what we were going to eat every day. And it was amazing how much money it saved. And that took time. But it also resulted in more family bonding and also resulted in better health, better financial health, and that led me then to taking time to budget. It's worth taking all the time that frugal living needs. Number 5, I love the community that we've created here around frugal living, and I love the community that I have in real life around frugal living. I really enjoy chatting with my friends about ways we saved money, or subscriptions that we unsubscribed to, or fun things that we did that didn't cost anything. And I'm really lucky to be surrounded both in real life and also in this community with people who love frugal living, who love to save a little money, who find it fun to think intentionally about our spending. I find that encouraging and motivating. One of my most fun conversations that I had at work recently, we had some downtime and I was chatting with a coworker about all of the different subscriptions that we used to have that we don't have anymore. And we were just so proud of ourselves. It was a wonderfully encouraging and motivating conversation. And then we had the chat about, well, what if you want to watch a certain show? And then my coworker was like, well, you can subscribe for a month and then cancel. And I was like, that's a great idea. So I learned a new frugal living tip for when you do want to spend money but don't want to make a larger commitment. And that sense of community comes in these small side conversations as well as in the intentionality of a place like this. Thank you for being part of my community. It's so valuable to have you here, and I thank you so much. Number 6, in spite of everything going on in my life and everything going on in the world, I'm really grateful to frugal living and I love it because it brings me a certain peace of mind. And I say a certain peace of mind because we're living in interesting times, folks, and it's not easy to be super zen about everything. But at least when I'm thinking about my own life and my own community and the world that I have influence on, living frugally, living intentionally with how I spend my money, living in a way that shares those resources with you, that learns from you, it gives a sense of a peace of mind because it is a certain focus. It is a focus on doing well for ourselves, on doing well for each other, on doing well for our planet. And it helps us to know that we are doing our small part to make not just our lives, but to make the world just a little bit better. Peace of mind is pretty priceless, and frugal living helps contribute to my peace of mind, and I hope it does to yours as well. I'm curious. Tell me down below in the comments, what do you love about frugal living? And I just want to close by reminding us of my favorite definition of frugal living by Bola Sokunbi, which is that frugal living is the act of being very intentional with your spending. We can do it, folks. Wherever you are in your frugal living journey, take the next step, whatever that next step is for you, and know that you are not alone. And we are all so proud of you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the